What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Hack Connects. In this video, we got Connect number 6, DJ Tech One. Welcome to the platform.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for welcoming me in and giving me the opportunity to actually chop it up with you, man. Doing a great thing, and yeah, ask away, man. I'm here, bro.
Now, for sure, yeah, I appreciate you coming on. We go way back to when Kmart was popping back in the day, but unfortunately now they're extinct. But yeah, I know right now you got a lot going on, so I definitely want to dive in. But before I get into the questions, you want to just give a quick background about yourself?
Yeah, just a quick background. I'm right out of Westchester County from originally White Plains, New York. And, I've been out here for most of my time out here in New York and just literally supporting whoever I can between just DJing, just literally living a regular life, just doing what I love. That's pretty much it. You can find me on Instagram, whole bunch of different platforms, which we'll get into probably a little bit later, but at least to let you guys know that I am DJ Tech One, and I've been doing this for a while, and yeah, pretty much it.
That's what's up. So as far as your main drive, how did you get into DJing, and when did you decide to that's what you're gonna pursue for what you do?
Yeah, this kind of refers back, like it's a lot of little things, but I'll kind of like not make it short and sweet, but long story made short. I mainly focus on sticking with this for a while on behalf of my brother's death, which was years ago. He was the rapper, I was the DJ, and he always wanted me to be a great DJ one day, and this goes back probably to maybe like 2010, 2007 or so, but I've been doing this since about 2006. Whether just starting off with house parties and little things like that. And slowly I just gravitated towards listening to the radio, watching live shows, or seeing the big DJs scratch and stuff like that and mix it up and see what they do. It just something about beats just attracts my mind, and I like mixing and manipulating the beats and the sounds, and it just kind of grew on me after a while. Before you know it, people was like, yo, Sean, we need you. And before you know it, people was like, yo, Tech, yo, we need you, we got another house party. I'm like, from the house parties, there's literally, I had no equipment, nothing. It was just more like I kept listening and I knew. And once I did that, with it comes to mixing and just having the music, I literally had no headphones, no mixers, nothing. It was just more like I just felt it and I just played. Eventually, as I got around different people, I learned other different genres, tempos, BPMs. I didn't even know what any of that stuff was, but it took time, man. It really started from being a kid watching other big hit DJs do their thing, and other people inspired me along the way. Because once I started doing it, starting off even with just virtual DJ and saw what they did on YouTube, I was like, yo, that's kind of cool. I want to do that. And it just grew on me after a while, man. And I said, you know what? I like making people happy when I play. And here I am. I'm still doing it about almost 8 years now, 8 years plus in. Seriously, the last 6 to 7 years more.
Definitely, and that's dope. First off, my condolences. I didn't even know that about your brother, so that's definitely dope. You definitely keeping the name going and just living out that legacy. As far as for me, we go way back, and I definitely known you as a DJ, but I could definitely see the growth in you, and just getting better. So I want to transition to how were you able to grow as far as getting more bookings? Like you said, you started off from the bottom as far as house parties, no equipment, to now. Like I know recently you did the Raps and Receipt event a couple of days back with Capella Gray. I
Yeah, that
saw
was
that you
big.
were DJing at the Westchester Galleria Mall during the holiday season. That's big too as well. So how did you grow? And if you want to speak on those events as well.
Yeah, the growth part of it was more so the one key thing, which I always say, and you probably heard this before, consistency is key, because repetition is key. That it's basically just word of mouth. And I kind of overviewed and assessed myself sometimes. You get that every one now and then. How I grew was just basically just word of mouth, asking people questions, learning from other DJs, and also asking for a shot here at this bar, at this lounge, oh, hey, you're doing a party, yo, let me DJ your party. But more so, it started off with friends, but then other people in the like community, whether they're a rapper, a dancer or a producer or anything like that, people was like they took my card. Once people heard me play at barbecues, house parties, then it started turning into, all right, now I'm doing sweet 16s, now I'm doing weddings, and then now I'm doing surprise parties, New Year's Eve parties, now I'm doing bars and lounges. So again, the growth, how I grew is just basically word of mouth and being at the right place at the right time, but also, kind of sticking your name out there. You gotta really communicate, get out there and just take a shot. A lot of things I didn't do for the first time. I was nervous, but after I gone through it and I keep getting good feedback, that's what gave me the strength to just say, you know what? Let me keep going. Let me see who else I can meet. People's like, yo, let me get your card. Let me get a mix, this and that. So it just took time. The growth really grew fast. After 2013, 2014, that's when I started getting more calls because so many people overheard me that where now people call me on a regular, which there's other avenues which I still have room for growth, which is, website. I got to do more videos and make more mixes. But what plays a key factor in the growth part is networking.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Not for sure. And, that's definitely key, just connecting with people, getting the word out. I know you got a great support system. You definitely utilize, your social media platforms. And, from me, from the outside looking in, definitely seems that you're definitely active and, doing a lot more events, just, like I said, just growing. So that's definitely dope. For the viewers, you're definitely versatile. You don't, not only do you DJ, I know you got a lot of other business ventures. So if you want to touch on that, let people know what else you got going on under your.
And I appreciate that. When people see my gram, the Instagram is like I feel like it's a universal platform to build whatever off. So once I kind of learn what gravitates, what meets the eye, I said, you know what, let me keep going with this because people are starting to pay attention. So because I have so much ideas as a young entrepreneur, I was like, you know what, let me separate these talents in different pages so that people know what's going on so I don't flood all my ideas and clash my audience. Which what I do besides DJing and doing parties, I'm a private event DJ, by the way, versatile and others, that is cars. Cars is like my first, but I consider it like it's right next to DJing because it's just as strong because the love for cars is the same way as love for music and just passion for doing parties and mixing music. With cars, I also have a auto detailing business called Tech One Auto Spa. All the links is right in my bio. So with Tech One Auto Spa, I focus my vision, or excuse me, my skill set on auto detailing, which is doing wax, compound, clean condition, restore, any year, make, and model, motorcycles, cars, SUVs, probably even marine and boats. But I mainly focus on cars, and that also, again, grew from word of mouth. When somebody saw me clean one car, it just boom. Somebody was like, "Yo, man, he's good, he's good," and then it just from there. Check this out. Of not only my popular niche is the auto detailing, but it really started in the shop or just learning little street smart skills and a little school in the automotive world, which I did learn how to do auto collision first, which I learned the body and paint and stuff. And then also learn under the hood. I learned brake, suspension, engine, transmission, all the terminologies, basic diagnostics.
Right.
Again, on the auto collision, learning how to paint, how to fill dents, pull dents, cut up things and shape shift and repair the frame. A lot of those things, it just kind of just piled on me to where I was like, I know everything inside out. For what most people don't, from non-car people, they just, like I said, it takes time. It takes time to learn this. I say probably got maybe at least 12 years just in the car scene in general. And with the auto detailing page, I focus on that because it's something I actually like to do consistently, giving a positive outcome every time to my customers. And people just keep saying, yo, I do, by appointment only.
Right.
And I think now, besides of the cars, I also just started my clothing brand, which is Tech One Clothing, which is inspirational tees and more. So I just started that in July of 2021.
Yep.
Something different I've been plotting on, and I wanted to bring something to the table that actually would now consider branding. So that way people have something they can relate to. Tech One Clothing is now produced into positive quotes in which you would have a quote on the shirt, but it's things that people can relate to that would keep them, keep them entertained. Like, wow, like I really like that. Like I would wear that.
Right.
And I'm gonna branch out from menswear. Who knows? Definitely women's wear, t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeves, hats, and more. Also working, the website link is already up. That's already on my bio as well. Also got a separate Instagram page. And then overall, the final one is Tech One Events. Tech One Events, basically I just share certain content, flyers, and certain highlights from pages and events.
Right.
I try to keep that going so that way people know where I'm at, what flyers, what kind of parties I've done, what's the energy like in certain clips. I try to do first person visual, like hand in hand in these parties. I try to literally capture whatever highlight moment, whether it be a showcase or a party. I try to keep that going, and the beat goes on. It's a lot of little things going on, but it's mainly music and cars. But I've focused now, branched into the clothing world, and I don't know. Oh yeah, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yes, and with the clothing, it's very important. With Tech One Clothing, the reason for my quotes is because there's a hashtag that'll be labeled on the sidearm. It's called hashtag Tech One Thoughts. The definition behind Tech One Thoughts is everything on my mind. So I kind of write poetry, or I write a lot of positive messages all the time. So every time I write a positive quote or a message of the day or anything like that, it's always going to be hashtag below Tech One Thoughts. If you look up that hashtag, you see all the quotes or any messages or positive posts that I put up, to where, again, you can share things you can relate to,
Right.
and so on and so forth. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but those are the juicy points right there. Also, since you got me there, I know we already did. I'm already expanded on YouTube as well. My YouTube channel is DJ Tech One TV,
Yep.
which is the same platform following behind Instagram. Is just showing more consistent based on a wide variety of things. Examples showing cars, music, mixes I've done, which I'll do probably mix routines there. I also have my documentary, my first documentary of the actual story behind DJ Tech One and how I became what you see on the shirt.
Right.
Can't see the label, see the drip now. But the main thing is that never stop expanding. So I just said, you know what? Let me just dip here. Let me make sure I go here, because you want to try to cover more than one thing. So that way you have options. If one thing slows down, you pick it up here. And then, like I said, I know my strong point, but then I still work on different things to get it going, because you don't want to just stick to one thing. They say the sayings go, which is very important. I don't know, you probably heard this before.
Right.
Jack of all trades, master of none. But what I heard is that Jack of all trades is better than one. So if you're able to do that correctly and say that to others, that you should kind of like, yeah, should try to reel that into your mind. Like, it's actually okay to have multiple talents. It's not for everybody. But if you can do it, just keep going.
Not for sure. No, that's definitely. I think that's definitely key. Having more than one niche. It seems like you got your hands in many places, different lanes. What challenges do you face? Running all of these ventures simultaneously. Like, how are you able to juggle and be consistent? Or
The main thing is just again, of just having that open mindset or that creativity.
Right.
Taking that word creativity for a minute, is when you're always thinking outside the box. Doesn't even have to be outside the box, outside the circle, the square, the octagon, whatever. That when you have a creative mindset, that drive should stick with you no matter what, through thick and thin. So I had to do a lot of sacrifices. I'll be honest, some things I had to do for free to kind of get my name out there. Some things I had to ask people like, yo, could I get on set? Or like, hey, could I try this for the first time? Or certain things I had to really just take a chance at doing. Even, excuse me, even with the clothing thing, I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. I had to ask questions, but I was hesitant at times, and I just put the ad out. Boom, I found a way to do it. Boom, got my first shirt out, and started making sales. It's the same thing in everything I've done. It's just the hardships was really sacrifice, pushing through the negative, which is the doubts. No reason, no doubt, to not doubt everything and just go for it. Which I had to push that mentality. Of example, being a DJ. Again, one of the most important things of being a DJ is being able to MC a little bit or talk on the mic. I've been afraid to do that for a long time, but I had to build that confidence. Once I figured out I had a voice, I started using it more, but it took somebody else to put the word in my ear. I had to listen to other people wiser to get to where I'm at now, or to really see that I actually am doing good, or it's gonna work. It was a lot of like I was like, if not nervous, just a lot of lot of downfall, but a lot of stress behind it here and there. But once you push through the stress, the nervousness, the doubts and everything, then you'll overcome that. And what happens there, now you're in belief that you can do it. And I've fallen so many times, now I can just pick myself back up. If I have that doubt, I just think of something positive and it brings me right back up. Or I just speak to somebody with another, good word of advice, and then it just, boom, it clicks. I get the idea. I'm like, you know what? I said in my mind, I'm going to do this. I ain't going to let nothing stop me. So, and a one-man army, by the way, barely anybody helps me. I've had great people I met along the way that's helped me. I'm thankful for that. But a good majority, I'm not even going to give a huge ratio percentage, but more than 75 to 85% what I do is on my own. Same thing with DJing. Of course, if they out there when they hear this, listen, DJ's first one to leave, last one to leave. Not that many people help them carry their equipment, which is fine, but it's a dedication and a thing to where if you love something, you're gonna do it regardless of the, atmosphere. You just push through it.
No, for sure. I feel like, just to touch on that, just having that passion, that drive, just that continuous motivation, just, I know, helps, wire you and want to, continue going on. So that's definitely great.
It's hard, but boom, just gotta like punch through it, keep going, man.
For sure, for sure. So like we spoke about passions and stuff, things that you've been doing, how does that translate into some of your community events? I know you've done like different car meets, different events for the community. So talk about the events that you've, held in the past.
I appreciate that. It's a lot. I wish I wish I would have recorded everything and documented. But again, that's before phones was a thing and social media kind of popped and everything, especially with recording. But to kind of bring it back now of doing that and really considering community now wise and what I've done to try to really get out there. Of course, number one, I try to get a shine every now and then. If there's an opportunity to shine, I try to involve myself in certain things to where maybe a sound guy or a DJ might be considered needed. I'll bring it to the very first one before the events I tried to throw, how that got created, is doing the Juneteenth. The Juneteenth parade is held in White Plains, New York. Before the whole pandemic, blah, blah, blah. I came up with the idea, was like, yo, how can I be in a parade and be seen by everybody and promote myself? Which I said, you know what? This is gonna sound crazy. I was like, you know what? I know a guy with a tow truck. All right. My barber says he wants to be on a float. All right. Then I got a hairstylist. She wants to be on the float too. And I'm like, I had other people. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make the tow truck into a float, put my music on it while somebody cutting their hair, while they show off their wigs from the hair salon. I was like, I know this is gonna work. So when I came up with that idea, came up with the flyer, wrote down notes, put everything together. I was like, yo, this is about to go down. And I told everybody the idea, and they liked it. Once I made a few phone calls, pulled it off, and I was DJing on the float. I made a basically homemade backyard special, which literally bringing all entrepreneurs or a few like-minded people from Mamaroneck Ave or White Plains on a float to actually be in a parade to just show off, what they got. You know what I'm saying? And everybody loves music. So that started from that. It's just really seeing an opportunity and I give it a shot where if it's community related, if I can be a part, um, even if it's basketball games, again, the Juneteenth parade, that was a big thing. I even, it's gonna sound crazy. I even took a chance before the float came about. I literally had the barbershop right above me on Mamaroneck Ave on the street. And I said, you know what? This is why I said, I'll explain my name in a minute. This is what is good. It's good. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna just DJ on Mamaroneck Ave after the parade since we don't have a float. And I damn sure took an extension cord from the window about 2 stories up, right onto the street, put a tent out there and just started playing good music, just to kind of get my name out there. Again, that was me getting myself out there, but I did that for the people to see if I would get a reaction, and the reaction was good. Unfortunately, after the second time I did it, second year, I had people next door at a nail salon. They started complaining the music was too loud. The only people, it is what it is. They called the cops. It is what it is. And I had to pack up and leave. But the thing is that I tried the whole thing right there. One word, try. I tried it. It worked. I did it for a little bit. And I stood out there for 4 or 5 hours just spinning music, pop, mainstream, you know what I'm saying? Little hop, hip hop, good music, Motown. And, from there, now I was like, all right, if this works, that's how my mind kept going. I'm like, all right, what else can I do to get out there? Everything was about visual. Like, all right, let's see if I can get people to see me here. What's going to happen here? Trial and error. Eventually, from trying different community moments, whether it be for the kids, I even done things to where I had maybe do after school programs, or some type of event involving the kids where they needed somebody to donate their time in order for, to have a better, better outcome.
Right.
And I took those opportunities too, whether it be in the city, not just White Plains, I travel, and, to speed things up now, considering that I've actually hit my most highest point, which I didn't know I was capable of, which is hosting my own events.
Right.
Again, I'm still working on possibly, if I get lucky, if I get venues to help host and maybe, who knows, do brunches, other parties, nightclubs, etc. It probably in the works. No rush for that right now, but in only time will tell. That I also started doing car events, which I thought about that. How did that happen? It was just stumbled on the idea with a friend, and I took in consideration and literally turned it into something like a movie back in 2017, which I didn't think it was going to work as successful. Did a little trial run, didn't really promote anything, just saw how it would work. And I started in 2017. It was the first run. I had about only starting with 20 to 30 cars, and it was basically just a rooftop car show and barbecue. It was kind of like a rooftop meet and barbecue. So I started off light just to see how people would take it and react. Found out my car community side of followers and supporters, they actually paid attention to what I was doing. And because my vibe is great, people was like, yo, all right, yo, we'll pop out. Because I made the idea, people popped out. First one was a good one. Still have a small clip of that, which I'm thankful of. And I just started pulling it off every year. So now I started making it once a year. And now every year has gotten bigger. So from 2017 till today, I just hosted the 2021 rooftop car show and barbecue. Reason why I also have those three names, because I just want to make it interesting. It's two-part system, rooftop. Everybody meets at a designated rooftop location, calm and quietly. Then I had everybody roll out, literally Fast and the Furious style, out the garage in White Plains, right, to a barbecue location selected by me, permitted and everything. To execute this was not easy. Once again, it was all the ideas of me. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I've had help from certain people. I appreciate those that if they're listening to this video, thank you for your support. But this was not an easy task. I'm talking about I had doubts multiple times of maybe not getting the permit, of
Right.
doubts, shoot, how many people am I gonna have? But because I made the vision come to life because people can see what meets the eye. Remember, what people see, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make videos. All right, okay, I'm gonna make flyers. Then people started asking for more flyers. I said, you know what? I'm gonna add trophies. I'm gonna add performers. I'm gonna add car models. I kept
Mhm.
adding to it because of everything I saw everybody do. I said, you know what? I want to do something different for the community because nothing's being done in White Plains, New York. And I said, you know what? Let me try to switch it up, but make it run as smooth as possible, clean as possible, but be able to gather up people in the boroughs, whether it be up north, Connecticut, New Jersey, of course, Bronx, Mount Vernon, Brooklyn, Queens. I actually got people from Long Island even came out. I think
Right.
even Newburgh.
Wow.
Deep team from New Jersey to where I only grew, and now let's add this up real quick. From the first time, I was only 30 people in the area. Didn't really promote or anything. Up 5 years later, I just had my fifth annual car show, and I hit a whopping almost 400 to 500 people in one day, which I listen. I cried tears, man. I had so many thank yous and apologies that week. Was like, yo, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. Yo, that show was great. We can't wait for next year. So where now just every time you do something, you want to set the bar high. And again, that was meant to bring people together and families and kids in an environment of one of a kind or like-minded or you know what I'm saying? Get everybody on the same page to enjoy the moment, be at peace, meet other people, network. But the whole point of that, yes, was for the community, but I also got everybody that was, you know, high ranks, middle class. Like, not even gonna just, I don't think nobody's a lower class because we all have a unique class to bring people together and just enjoy one day where it's all peace and love. And that was the whole point. I told them I didn't do this for me. I did this for y'all. I said I brought the cars because I wanted everybody to come through. I brought the people because I know the people are good. I bought the shop owners, the mechanics, the backyard specials, the people that you ain't seen for years. You bought, you know what I'm saying? And it was such a tough thing to where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna add the trophies. I'm gonna raise the stakes a little high of doing trophy giveaways in 13 categories. I think it was 39 trophies in total. Again, handpicked by me. I had to think of the categories and make sure everything was paid off by me. It wasn't easy. And you know, just everybody came together, was like, yo, we're definitely gonna come through. So that is how that really happened. It's just every time I saw opportunity to try to get people involved, I try to involve friends and family and car people to where that creates a bigger family or a bigger community of people where they'll appreciate it more.
Right.
And I said, you know what? Whenever I get the opportunity, I just boom, I think of it. Like I'm trying right now. It's this fresh info right now. You first one to hear this. I told people I'm gonna try to do another event in springtime. I don't know how, but for 2022, we hit Happy New Year, y'all. I'm gonna try to do something, a spring season opener, a little different, a little bit more subtle, not as crazy. And hopefully May or June of this year. So it's just consistency and just taking the opportunity, building an idea and going with it.
That's dope. Yeah, just always being in brainstorm mode and just trying to figure out ideas. But I know you're definitely well respected in the car community. I know when we first met, when we used to work together, I used to ask people like, "Who's Integra? Is this boosted, no hood?" I was like, you definitely used to pop out back in the day, back for the when the Honda days, the JDM days. So I was like, "Whose car is this?" But definitely well respected as far as your builds and looking even your
Yeah,
backdrop. So I know you definitely
yeah. I always say less is more, or more nonetheless. I'm a clean dude. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to cars, I just like, you know what? Like I have to put an archive of all the cars. I might even do a car documentary. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. That of all my builds, I never went crazy. I never dumped a lot of money. It was more like I loved it. I try to make it look good as possible without doing too much or putting too much money in. Like I know what I want to do, but when you don't have much when you're growing up, you know what I'm saying? I know that's for a lot of people. You work with what you got.
Right.
So I said, you know what? In order to be different, I said, you know what? I'm gonna add a little this, I'm gonna do a little that. Okay, they did this, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And that's why every time I got that response, because people was like, yo, whose Integra is this with no hood like you?
Right. Right. Right.
And the nickname for that one was Iron Man. Why? Because I did the red and gold. But I stuck it out, try to make it as strong as possible, clean as possible, under the hood by adding a turbocharger. It was just B series turbo. Then I made it B series VTEC turbo, and it was more like I just wanted to keep it simple but make it look unique. But people was like, "Yo, whose Integra is this with like 4 different colors?" I was like, I just focused on being clean and simple. And until I was able to get to where I got, which I didn't get there, but I've gotten pretty far in knowledge of these bills and things that I've done because I motivated people. It was like, yo, if he can do it, I can. Or
Right.
people, if not motivated, it was like, yo, I think I'm gonna try to find one and do what you do. Or I try to teach people about cars if I can. Of course, I know there's people better than me, A1 techs out there, but I said, I'm a different kind of tech, that's where this name comes in real quick
So,
because you got me there. DJ Tech One, I always explain this. Literally, I take this to the end of time. DJ, because I do music. Tech, because I'm a technician. I like to fix things. I'm very hands-on. One refers back to me being creative. One, because I'm always the one to do something different that nobody's seeing. So that's what gets me out there. And once you understand the message behind the name, now you're like, oh, that's why they call you that. And I'm thankful for that I was able to come up with the logo and slowly just kept growing on me. And here we are. That's it, man.
for sure, definitely. Like I said, a lot of growth, and it makes sense now. I even know, what it stood for, but it makes sense now. So,
That's why, yeah, because you see the music and then you see the shape of the car.
right, 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 right,
So,
right.
I try not to throw people off, but I didn't want to like pull them off. Like, yo, what is it? What kind of company is this? No, when they see it, they're like, oh, that's a DJ Tech One. And there's a lot of other techs probably out there, but I just wanted to keep it simple with TEK. And I didn't want to, there's probably more than one, but I said I had to be unique somehow. And I was like, nobody has this logo. So I said, bet, I'm keeping it.
Nah, yeah, for sure. And one of the last questions I just want to leave you with was, frequently on your IG, I know you have the Tech One Word of the Week, where you pretty much, you'll say a word and you'll go in depth about, I guess, what it means to you in a sense. So, for yourself, what word would you give yourself, at this current state? How would you describe, DJ Tech One in one word?
Oh, man. Woof, man. Oh, actually, that's the easy one, man. My man. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Easy, man. Okay. One word is well, truly one. It's always more than one word, but the one word that I go by, which is labeled on the truck that I have today, thank God, it's patience.
Hmm.
That's it. And with Tech One Word of the Week, I created that real quick before I go into patience. I created that just again, extra content, extra communication. You see how I am. I interact with people and get people to listen and tune in and learn something behind what I say
Right.
of either basic or general stuff you already heard before in more depth. Because nobody's not doing that. Probably people are here and there, but to just wake up some ears because we got all these slangs out here. We got a lot of stuff online. That's a lot of distraction, funny videos, dope, cool videos, dope, but nobody's not doing anything to where it's actually one-on-one with something that you can grasp on, something you can relate to. So that's what I try to do is grab my audience in different ways to where it would leave an impact on somebody. And if I can, that's what I try to do. Now back to the word patience.
Yeah.
For myself is just made up of everything I've done because without patience, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. If I had no patience, I probably would have gone nuts by now. Like, I ain't never gonna get this done, or to wait for things to happen, or to have the hope, the faith the dedication behind everything that I do is because of the patience I waited and executed of trying to make the right moment, the right time for everything to happen in my life. And like I said, I know I'm not done. I got a lot more to do. I'm trying to just get to the next level always, to where obviously you want to be happy in, but patience just is the main thing of where it got me today. And that's why I don't know why, because everybody's like, yo, you got a day old, and this is it. Because when I'm around people, whether it be my boys, homegirls, whoever meets me, they always end up saying, whether it be the first, third year knowing me, first day, whatever. It's like, yo, you got a lot of patience. I have no patience. I hear it so much
Right.
that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep that word posted on whatever vehicle I drive, because that's what I'm made of, patience. Because without patience, you probably won't get that far. I know a lot of people are impatient, or they or could be paranoid or have anxiety. If you try to put all that to the side and just kind of breathe, relax, and just like, you know what, it's gonna come.
Right.
Just be in belief and not disbelief. It will come. If you're patient, it will come. And that's pretty much it. I think obviously I'm not gonna give a definition right now, but that's pretty much it. Um, and in my own words of patience is just being able to wait for the right time for something to happen, or to really, really just wait. Just be, you know, take your time. Take your time doing something in order for something to happen. There we go.
No, for sure, for sure. Well said, well said. And I think
Yeah.
that that goes into anything, any endeavors, you guys have going on out there, just having that patience, that
And research.
yeah, and research, what I'm saying, just to get you where you're going. And sometimes things could be like a long-term journey. So, everything's not a real quick scenario. So, that's great.
Yeah,
So
appreciate that. Don't forget. I just wanted to add real quick before you continue that.
yep,
Yes, with the events I'm doing, the speed back. I know you spoke about Capella Gray, an event I just had, just January 6th, and went down at Coliseum nightclub for Raps and Receipts. Raps and Receipts. I've been with them for a few years now, and we've been growing, growing, growing to where we have artists from all around. Obviously, if you're good, you get on, you bring
mhm,
a crowd, you execute your performance. You know what I'm saying? Definitely be a part to perform out there. So Raps and Receipts will definitely be around. We're back monthly. We just had Capella Great perform and friends. Shout out to 21 Grams out there, Jossie, Yaya, and a few other artists that was there, Quinn, um, and I think Bradford too, where it literally was an epic night. Was totally unexpected. On behalf of my team members, Russell and Mikey, aka Lord Dotto, he is our favorite MC, and it was for his birthday. He had Capella Gray, and we was able to hold it down at the Coliseum nightclub. Um, Going right into that, we also had a after night spot at Little Drunken Chef, where we continue the festivities, good food, good drinks, good people, and Capella Gray and his team. They did the damn thing, and yeah, it was a good turnout. So just stay tuned for Raps and Receipts, because we're doing this every month. Always looking for new talent, and yeah, just had to lay that one out there that I'm doing hip hop, artist showcases now, very consistent, and it's never a dull moment with anything I've done, basically.
not for sure. Yeah, I feel like anything, you get your hands in, whatever, if I find out that you're selling, anything, I'm sure it's going to be a hit. You're definitely a very talented, versatile, like I mentioned. So, it's great, you coming on. And where could the viewers, reach out to you and check you out?
Yeah, I usually tell people, Instagram first thing, but website work in progress. I'm working on that. Website link will be posted on Instagram and Facebook soon. It's in the works, but main platform is on Instagram, DJ underscore TEK_1, which you will find all my other links and platforms there, from Tech One Clothing to Tech One Auto Spa. And if you're curious about what other event, just follow the main page on my story or Tech One event page. I also, like I said, I'm also on YouTube at DJ Tech One TV.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are the main things. Main number one is Instagram or YouTube. Or if you do catch me on Instagram or Facebook, you can check me at my email at djtech1entertainment@gmail.com.
Sure, for sure. I appreciate you. And I'll definitely leave that in the description so, everyone could contact you and, just tap into what you got going on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So again, yeah, Tech One, I appreciate you and, wish you well. I definitely, you got to keep me in the loop of all your events. I'm definitely going to try to make an appearance, whether it's car
Yeah.
events or wrap some receipts. So I'm gonna definitely try to lock in with you.
No, it's a good look. And like I said, I always try to keep it live. If I have an opportunity, then that's another thing real quickly before we go is everything that I post is either funny, inspirational, or informative.
Right.
So what that means is I'm gonna post a lot. I post a lot. I do that for multiple reasons because if you're paying attention, once I post something important and you see it, that's your open invitation. A lot of people would tell me, yo, how come you didn't invite me? Or how come you didn't send it to me? I was like, just check my page. I was like, if you're not online, okay, no doubt. But I check the page. There's a reason why I'm a DJ and I get involved in certain events, whether it be literally just an art gallery or a poetry night, or we're doing a party over here or a strip club, etc. Whatever it may be, is just kind of stick to the platforms, and excuse me, yes, got one more. I'm also on TikTok as well. I'm
Okay.
trying, man. It's not easy. So I think if I'm not mistaken, probably had that in the bio as well. But I'm also on TikTok, DJ Tech One.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that's all it is. That's all it is. Thank you, man.
No, I appreciate you again. Yeah. So I definitely look forward to what the year has in store and we'll definitely lock in, this year for sure. I appreciate you again, coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. And again, shout out to excuse me. How you saying your name? How you saying your name? I was gonna make sure. I want to make sure.
Nah, hack. Yeah, you valid, you valid.
All right, Hack Connects. Listen, shout out to you and for everything that you're doing for people out there like myself.
Yep.
Keep going. And yeah, definitely looking forward to being back whenever for more updates and follow-ups for anything. Yo, just keep it up, man. We gonna get it, man. I appreciate you.
Nah, 100%. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, man.